Hello.
Yes, you are welcome to this meeting, and I really thank you for showing up yourselves. So the purpose of this meeting, there is a problem that our company, Arise Magazine, has faced since the former manager left the company for focusing on his own businesses. Mainly the productivity has decreased, and some of the employees, of course, some of us have tried to show some unprofessional traits like being late in delivering what they have to do, like failure to meet the deadlines, absenteeism. All those are different problems that happened, and of course they led to the decline of the company in general. And mainly this meeting is about how we could deal with that problem and to have our company moving forward as it should be doing. That is the main focus of this meeting. Anyone who has the question about the purpose of the meeting before we move forward?
How long will it last?
It will not take longer. It will depend on how we are all going to understand things in the same direction. But it won't exceed 30 minutes. That's the time bound that I can set for it. And of course, as you can see, I'm going to act as your new reader, and I have taken over from the manager who left, of course. And I do understand that maybe you can be thinking of how I'm going to be working with you, but of course I would like all of us to focus on what we are going to be doing now. Let's not focus on the position maybe I'm going to be having, yet I used to be your co-worker, but let's focus on what we should be doing to get the company to get our company moving forward in general. That goes with focusing on what I stand for, but not really like the position as thinking of the power difference. And in saying that, I would like to let you know that though I am in that position, I know that I used to be your friend, and I am still open to you, to listen to you. What you tell to me, never be afraid. I'm still your co-worker. Never mind about any position or any power difference. What we have to focus on now is to have our activities, our tasks accomplished. So in doing so, I would like to have some views from you. Like, if the productivity has declined, then what do you think were the causes of that problem?
For me, I think that we didn't have specified tasks. That the tasks were not easily understandable, they were not specified.
Okay, the tasks were not specified. Okay, that one.
I do think we didn't have time to discuss with the manager since he wasn't there. So it caused some of us to find something else to do, and at the end of the day, we could find that the deliverables weren't ready.
Okay. Yes.
So for me also the problem that I had is somehow connected to hers, because sometimes the directions were not clear, and if we wanted to ask for clarification, we couldn't find the manager because he was not around. So we struggled to get the whole work done, and it took longer, so it caused us to miss the deadlines.
Okay, I don't understand what was the problem. So now that we have, okay, those are the different causes. But to my understanding, now if we can get the tasks that need to be done clear, and I understand that we can work to our fullest ability to have our main goal of increasing the productivity achieved. Can we do that?
Yes.
Having the tasks clarified.
Yes.
Okay, that's so nice. So now we figured out what are the different causes, and of course, let's try to think of different tasks, different activities that needs to be done in order to get ourselves from this problem. For example, we can say, oh, maybe the productivity decreased because maybe people who used to read our published news our released magazines do no longer read, and maybe after recognizing that, maybe we can say as an activity, we can say, for example, to renew the marketing strategy that we use, the advertisement. That can be, for example, one of the tasks that we can do. So is there any other tasks that you think we can follow or we can put in place now so as to achieve our main goal that we have?
I think that's enough.
Renewing the marketing strategy.
Yes.
Only that. So like no one who has a different view. Like for example, what do you think if we can try to reallocate the resources, for example?
What kind of resources?
Like for example, if we can see that maybe there is a part where the company is trying to invest more money than the other, which can be, for example, unnecessary, we can maybe reconsider recreating the new financial plans for the company. Can that work in this situation?
Well, I have an idea on that point.
Yes.
Because you always need some photos to post on, like on the website. So I think we should also buy some new cameras, which can take some good pictures that can help us.
Okay, buying a new camera, that's a great idea. No one else has another idea of what we can do. Okay, so what do you think about being personally responsible? For example, it has been recognized that some of us could be late to deliver what they are given to do. For example, being absent without communication, coming to work late. Don't you think that if we can correct those personal behaviors can also help us in improving as a company in general? That you understand?
That can also help.
That can also work.
Yes.
Like try to explain in which way, for example.
Like trying to set goals to make sure that each and everyone knows what to do, how to do it. If something is clear and you have some references, might be there to help us to achieve them. I think having clear goals can help us.
Having clear goals. Okay. No one having another different idea?
Also, while giving us some tasks, you can specify the exact deadlines, what you expect from us clearly.
Okay, as we publish news, of course, I was thinking like trying to also work hard to write as many articles to release, as we can, so as to try to earn revenues. As we work hard, of course, we should be earning much if we are working hard. To my understanding, if we can also try to write as many news articles as we can, that also can be an advantage to increase our productivity, if I can say. Creating as many articles as possible, don't you see that also as a beneficial activity that we can do?
I think it's also good, but it's becoming too much that you can achieve in full time that you have, and the deadline you think you are going to be doing that. So I think you can first see that you can achieve the ones we thought of, and then maybe we can add on some to make it more good and profitable.
Okay. So, as we were talking, there are different, of course, different tasks that we have talked about. For example, buying the new cameras for taking pictures, correcting ourselves, correcting our behaviors which are not professional, and this of writing as many news articles as possible also can help us, and reallocating the resources. And in those tasks, I know some of us have different abilities, and I know Christelle is good at writing, of course. Can you help us with that of writing?
Yeah, there's no problem.
No problem. Okay. So Ernestina used to be the accountant, of course, for the company, and I hope you can keep doing that as well, and try to reallocate the financial means that we have to see if to see if we can really get much out of them. Yes. Do you know the quality of the cameras that we can buy that can also help us to take pictures of a good quality?
Yeah,
You know them. Okay. Can you work with the Nestina to get the required amount of money to buy that and have them bought
yeah, sure.
to start working as we are planning?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, that's fine. And what I can promise, I'm going to renew the marketing plan of the company to see if there are some marketing strategies which are not effective, and see if we can try to make some changes so that we can try to attract as many leaders as possible. Those are different tasks that we are going to start working on right away after the meeting. Then, now that we are assigning different tasks, it's very important that we identify different ways that we are going to keep working together. And one way I would wish to work through is keeping like the communication live. Even if you are assigned a given task, don't think that it's a burden to you. Don't think that you are the person going to do that, even if your personal abilities would be limited. No, let's keep the conversation live. For example, if you feel like you have something which is unclear, that needs clarification, feel free to reach out to anyone for providing support. We have different activities, of course, and I am still open to, if you feel like you need any support, you need any advice, I will be there. I will be the right resource for you to help you. And apart from that, let's also try to we will try to appreciate the good work done, to affirm what is right, and in case someone needs to improve on a given point, we have, of course, to provide that constructive feedback to help him develop. Because I do personally consider that through others we can become ourselves. Yeah, well, that's another thing. And another thing that I would like to talk about, in case there are some limited resources, I understand that they can be limited. Don't feel like, don't be frustrated, don't feel like you are limited to doing something. Just reach out to me, I will make sure that I provide that support needed. If it's feedback, if it's resupplying any resource which is needed, I will try to do my best to make sure that you have everything that needed to complete your tasks effectively. And apart from that, as we are working as a team, of course, conflict can be in place. Do you agree with me that conflict is unavoidable at the workplace?
Yes.
Well, so let's say if the conflict arises here at the workplace, what ways do you suggest we can use to address it?
I do think we need to, like you as a manager, you might need to talk to both sides for those who are having conflict among them, so that you can know what is going on and maybe find together a solution to that.
Talk with the parties involved. Sorry. Any other way that we can use? Yes.
Yeah, I think also you can try to understand everyone before making any decision.
Okay, that's also fine. Any idea that you would also suggest?
I think you can also create a culture of avoiding those conflicts. So if you see that there is an area which can arise conflict, you can avoid it ahead of time instead of waiting that conflict to take another level, you can try to avoid it ahead of time.
Okay, try to avoid it ahead of time. Okay, your ideas are really great, and now that we can see that the conflict is unavoidable in the workplace, then putting some strategies to manage that can really help us. For example, if you see that I'm doing something which is not right, it's very important that you can, for example, approach me personally and say, for example, you did this, and it impacted in someone or it impacted me in this way, so it would be better if you can do this way. That can really help someone to know what the right thing you could have done differently, and it can help you prevent you from getting in conflict. And another thing that we can do, we have to create the culture of understanding each other, if I can say. That can help us creating the culture of understanding one another in a way that if I understand what you are telling me, even if we can be having conflict, like seeking to understand from both sides, to understand what someone is saying, to understand what the other person is saying, can help you identify what is the problem and solve it in a way which is beneficial to all of you. And those are, of course, different strategies that we can use to manage that conflict in case it happens while we are working to have our company develop. And as I conclude, I think this is going to be the end of the meeting. Let's focus on the tasks that we have been assigned, work work on them with our fullest ability by keeping the main goal in mind of course increasing the productivity. And in case you feel like you need any support, feel free to reach out to anyone who you think can help you, either me or your coworker. And I think both parties will be open to receive you. Then the deadline for completing this would be, can we make it next Friday?
I think they work.
It can work for all of us.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's make the tasks hours, and of course if the company is benefiting, it will be the opportunity for us to get our salaries on time, to get the motivations that we need at work, all of those ones. So let's make the work hours. Thank you so much for your time.